What's up, guys? Mr. Seward here, your DDP teacher, and today we're going to be talking about regular polygons. So this is the Word document here, our 2D sketching document, and regular polygons are multi-sided shapes that have sides of equal length. They can be either what's called inscribed or circumscribed within a given radius. The raw materials that are used to produce an engineered object are often manufactured in the shape of regular polygons. So we're going to create a new part studio. You should have done that already. You're going to name it regular polygons, and you're going to use the polygon sketch tool to draw the series of shapes that are pictured below. Use the text tool then to identify the shape with a label for each of the regular polygons. So I'm going to go away from this for a second, and I'll start my sketch, put it on that front plane, hit front on the cube, and we'll get ready to go. So I'm going to draw 1 up here, and 2 and 3 and 4 down here. So the first thing I need to do is get the polygon tool active. And I'm going to use the Inscribed polygon tool first. The polygon tool is here. It looks like a 5-sided one this time. And I'm going to select Inscribed. I'm going to go out and just into the middle of this cube or whatever, and I'm going to draw this out to right there. Now a little number is going to appear, and this is how many sides you want. And in this particular case, I want a 6-sided figure. Oops, 7, 6. There we go. So I just clicked, and now I'm going to use my dimensioning tool. So the dimensioning tool is right here. Now click on one of those lines, and then the other one. I must have missed the first line. There we go. And I'll bring this down, and I'm going to put in the dimension of 1.15 inches. So that's how you draw a 5-sided polygon. Next up, and I'm going to stay with Inscribed for a minute on my polygon tool, so I'll just click on it. I'm going to draw a 5-sided one. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to come out, and I'll go straight up this time, and I'll draw a 5-sided polygon. And this one's a little upside down from the one I just drew, but that from the one that's on the page, but that's okay. And get my dimensioning tool going, and I'll go from this line here to the point, and that dimension is 2.75. There we go. Okay, so that's our next one. Down in the lower corner here, we're going to use circumscribed. So I'm going to go to circumscribed. So circumscribed, and I'm going to click. And I'm going to make this one, I'm going to come out here. I'm going to make this one actually a 3-sided one. So it's a triangle. There we go. And did I use circumscribed that time? Yeah, I did. So good. Now, dimensioning tool, dimension. I'm going to click the top line and this bottom line here, and I'll pull this out to the side. And this dimension, by the way, is in centimeters. It says that it is 1.58 cm. That stands for centimeters. So I want to actually type in 1.58, and then I'm going to type in cm. Or centimeters. And then I'm going to hit enter. Now, what that did is it automatically converted the 1.58 centimeters into inches, and that would be 6.22 inches. Same thing for the next one. The next one is also drawn circumscribed. So circumscribed, and I'll put this down here, and I'll pull it out. This one is 8 sides. And the dimensioning for this one is from this point here to this one down here. And you got to watch this. This is the incorrectly dimensioned if I pull it out to the right. I have to do what's called aligned. And I'm going to select up there. And it's 2.07 cm for centimeters. And I'll hit enter. And I wanted to real quickly show you the difference between circumscribed and inscribed. We know that this figure down here was drawn circumscribed. I'm going to do the same thing with it being inscribed. So I'm going to click, I'll just select my points, change that to 3, and then I can dimension that one to also be there to that point up there, and that is 1.58 cm. Hit enter, and there's the difference between the two. Circumscribed is the first one that we drew down here. You can see that it's inside, so it's surrounded by the circle, and then inscribed, the circle's on the inside. So that's the difference between them. Okay, so now we're going to go down to our little plus sign, and we're going to create a new part studio. And the next one we're going to do is spline. So I'm going to copy the spline tool here. Right click. Come on. It's not doing what I expect it to. Control C. Come out here, go down to Part Studio, right click on it and get rename, and Control V. And now I'm all set for my next Part Studio.